Hey, my name is Dan. I used to work at the biggest car dealership in the country, and now I teach fine folks like you how not to get fucked when buying a car. Kind of a cool gig, huh? I know. I was just simply the chosen one. Now, in this video, I want to talk to you about Ford safety. This video will get crazy. I mean, you will have your socks knocked off. Literally, you better be prepared. I hope you're sitting down with multiple pairs of socks by your hand, just putting them on so they can be blown off. Literally, this is gonna get crazy, but if you stick through this entire video, what I'm gonna cover, nobody is talking about it in the country. Road and Track, NADA, KBB, none of them are gonna talk about this. So what's the best vehicle of choice to mow down crowds of people? Absolutely, the Ford got your back and we have a Mustang. Apparently, there are crowds of people in Europe also, and that is why Ford actually started to export Ford Mustang into Europe. Europeans like to have safe cars. In fact, some of their safety features are more strict than America, and some of their cars are more friendly for the environment than in America. So those guys know what they're doing. So the people who are in charge of crashing cars and crashing test dummies are these guys right here, NCAP and Euro NCAP. So this is what they said about front collision with Ford. Okay, the full width frontal test showed the risk of serious head, chest, and leg injury to the rear passenger. So for those of you that worry about your arms are going to be just fine. However, your head, chest, and legs, no go. Not going to be using those again after a collision. Here's something else. The driver's head bottomed out the airbag. There was insufficient pressure in the airbag to prevent their head from contacting the steering wheel through the deflated airbag material. The head just went straight through the airbag into the steering wheel. But if you're a passenger, not to worry, you're not going to be left alone. The head of the passenger dummy also bottomed out the airbag against the dashboard owing to the insufficient inflation of the airbag and inadequate restraint for larger statures by the passenger seat belt load limiter. That is shit ton of fucking words. A shit ton. Let me explain what this means. I have a hard time reading this mumbo jumbo. What this guy should have said, if you're driving or you're the passenger in Mustang and you get in a front collision, you are fucked. I don't understand why they're using all these complicated words. You're fucked pretty much explains everything. You're fucked, only 2 words can put a whole fucking summary into 2 words. They should really start using those 2 words. They're really magnificent. Here's some more mumbo jumbo, but I will summarize it for you. The people who were sitting in the back seat of Ford Mustang just slipped under the seat belt. Their femur and fucking pelvis were crushed to pieces. And there's a high chance of your head just breaking off. So whenever you're waiting for paramedics to come back and put your shit back together, go ahead, find your skull, put it back on your shoulders and start puzzling back your femur and your fucking pelvis back together. Thank you, Ford. We're not done just yet. There is more. An important element of Euro NCAP child safety rating includes elements such as ingressing and egressing out of the child seat area, where 2-door coupes have this advantage. Ford, this is what Ford said. Here's the coolest part. This will blow your fucking mind. Are you ready? Now this is what Euro NCAP Secretary General said. I quote, Ford did not expect Euro NCAP to test the Mustang and chose not to fit safety technology in Europe. They chose not to equip available safety technology. It's not that they didn't have it. It's not like it was not invented. It's not like this test just jumped out of them and raped them. No. They knew about this test. They knew exactly what was going to be going on, but they chose to save $100, $200, $300. The only thing I want to ask to CEO, to president of the Ford company, how many hundreds of dollars did you save on each life that was fucked up? I want to see how many hundreds of dollars did you save on each motherfucker that's laying in a fucking coma. How many? $2, $3, $4, $500? How many? That's the only thing I want to know. I'll keep reading the quote. Which was available to the American consumers and available on several other sport cars for that matter. It was available. It was nothing new. This thing is not a surprise test. They knew this shit would be tested. And they removed safety features on those cars. Such attitude to safety should trouble Ford's customers, whether they're buying a high-powered muscle car or a regular family car. This absolutely blows my mind. Ford purposefully removed safety features from their cars in Europe. What do you think is stopping them from doing the same thing in America? If they can save $200 or $300, do you think they will? Abso-fucking-lutely. They just showed us they will. They showed us that they will save few $100s not to equip safety features so they can save a couple of $100. That's it. It's over a couple of $100 Do you really think Ford did not know that this problem was going to happen? Do you think they really did not test these vehicles in their own safety facilities? Do you really think they did not do their own testing? They did. And after that, they still chose not to equip these safety features. And what do you think Ford has offered to do? They probably said, you know what, let's take these cars back. We fucked up. We're very sorry. Here's your money and some. You know what, we're going to put new technological features in cars. We're going to put new safety features in cars. You know what, we're going to put a fucking roll cage in your car. You know what, we're going to put better airbags. We're going to put better seat belts. We're going to fix this shit. No, they didn't do any of that. Unlike any other car reviewer or person that talks about cars or just makes video about cars, because I am not getting paid by dealerships, I'm not getting paid by advertising companies, I am not getting paid by car manufacturers, I can tell Ford to go fuck themselves, unlike anybody else. NADA can't do that. KBB can't do that. Road and Track can't do that. Consumer Reports can't do that. Nobody can do that because they will lose their fucking money. Now, I want to talk to that whose fault this is. Are you ready? No, it's not the CEO of Ford. It's not the engineers. It's not the vice president. It's not the president. It's not the owners. It's not the designers. It's not the people that are in charge of safety. Because none of them have your best interest in their mind. None of them. Their only responsibility when they go to work, when they show up in the office at 8 o'clock, their only job is to make money. That is the only job. It's your fault for going and buying new cars. It is 100% your fault for going to a dealership and giving these motherfuckers your money. When you're going to a dealership and you're buying a shit box for $50,000, $40,000, $30,000, $20,000 with markups that are absolutely insane, you are giving these companies your money. You're not telling them to go out and do their best. You're not asking them to do their best. You're asking your football team to do their best. You want your fucking baseball team, your sports team to do their best. Imagine if football played like this. Imagine if football was getting played how it was getting played in 1950s. Imagine if they were using the same shit from 1970s and 1990s. Would you watch that? Absolutely not. No, you wouldn't, because you're expecting for that person on the field to do their goddamn best. If they're breaking their fucking bones, you want them to do their best. We're not expecting to do the same thing for car manufacturers that have our lives at stake. Are you serious? We fail to take responsibility for our actions when we are buying cars. What would happen to car manufacturers, to Ford, Chevys, Hondas, Nissans, Bentleys, I don't give a shit. What would happen if all of a sudden their sales dropped by 50% overnight? Do you think we might be getting cars that have a little better miles per gallon? Do you think we will have cars with more features that are standard? Do you think we would even have optional features? I don't think so. Do you think car safety would probably increase? Abso-fucking-lutely. The reason they're being so lazy and uncaring about us is because we're on their dick, sucking it gladly for shitty cars. That's the bottom line. It is our responsibility. Hold on, I'm gonna show you something. We're not done just yet. I covered this, but I'm gonna go over it again just in case you haven't seen my other videos. EBS, electronic braking system, which saves 40% of people from dying in car crashes, was invented in 1995, standard feature in 2012. For 17 years, people were dying for no reason. For no reason. Just so manufacturers could make some extra money selling you new cars after you get into a car accident. The first modern forward collision avoidance system was demonstrated in 1995. This was available on a Toyota, which in our days costs about $90,000. In 1995, it was first revealed, it was invented. In 1997, it was first used by Toyota on a car that costs like $90,000 our money these days. In 2018, we still do not have collision prevention systems on every single fucking car. A lot of you are thinking that these multi-billion-dollar corporations have your best interest in their mind. If Coke, Ford, Chevy, Dow Company, Chase Bank, or any person can make some extra money by working with fucking Nazis, you think they are gonna care about your safety? If I sound a little fucking angry, I am. If I sound mad, I am. I can't make fucking videos about cars. I used to love cars. Anybody that knows me used to think of me as a car guy, and I loved cars. I ate, slept, fucking pissed cars. I loved cars. But once I started to do more research and not being impressed by airbags that were available in 50s, airbags were available in 50s. They were only standard feature in 1998. For 40 or 50, almost 50 years, people were dying because of lack of airbags because car companies wanted to make some extra money. Here's something I want you to leave this video with, okay? There's not a day when a car manufacturer or a multi-billion-dollar corporation has your best interest in your safety over their profits. Not one day. When we are spending our money on shit products, and I talk about cars, but this applies to everything. When we are spending our money on shit cars, on products that are unsafe, the car manufacturers that refuse to give us better miles per gallon. Did you know there's a car? This is for real. I'm gonna show you this video. Just watch it, okay? It will blow your fucking mind.
This is the Opel P1 experimental car. Much like it was in its day when it was used, it still has the same paintwork, still the same applique stickers on it. It's very, very original. I bought it because I think it's a milestone, and I think it represents kind of where the world has been and where the world is going. On the test track in 1973, it came in at 376 miles per gallon.
What'd you think about that video? Pretty crazy, huh? And Tesla and Toyota telling us how great they are, how amazing Toyota Prius is at 50 miles a gallon. Holy shit, what a technological advancement. Wow, they are stretching the limits of imagination. They're doing something crazy. Really, they're doing something crazy. That car got almost 400 miles to a gallon. Yes, it was on the track. Yes, it was on the track. Yes, it was a specially built vehicle. Can we get a quarter of that? Can we get a quarter of that? I'm not asking for 400 miles to a gallon. Can we get a quarter of that? Can we get a sixth of that? Can we get at least 70 miles to a gallon on regular cars? Can we have 40, 50 miles per gallon on trucks? Really, we haven't invented anything new regarding combustion engines since the very beginning. The technological advancement in combustion engine is absolutely slow. They're non-existent. Mazda is trying to do something right now, but again, they're being slow as hell. All right, I think I'm done here. If you're ever thinking about buying a car brand new, please don't. Please do a lot of research before you buy a car. And That's what I do. And that's why I created 60-Minute Car, because I was tired of salesmen and car manufacturers lying and scamming regular people. If you want to check out my website, I teach people how to buy cars without getting fucked. Or if you don't have time to search for a car, hell, I'll find you a car. This is Dan with 60-Minute Car. I'm signing out. And if I'm not sleeping at the bottom of the ocean this night, or I'm not getting eaten by worms or taking a bath in hydrofluoric acid, I'll see you on the internet.